Hey everyone, it's Leif Johnson from Macworld, and today Fortnite now supports controller support for the iPhone. Used to be that if you tried to play on the iPhone against people on the Xbox or PC, you were going to get your butt kicked because they had keyboards, they had controllers, you did not. You were stuck using your fingers. But it's here now, and it's relatively easy to set up, and we're going to show you how to do it. So all you need is an MFI controller that's made for iPhone, and you need an iPhone or an iPad. Generally, you can just connect it through Bluetooth and you're not going to have a problem with that, as we'll see. I, however, did have a problem. I'm using a SteelSeries Stratus XL, which is one of the best MFI controllers there is. Otherwise, you might be using a SteelSeries Nimbus, which is newer. But this one was originally made for the iPhone 6, and I had a problem updating the firmware. So what I had to do is I had to plug a micro USB right into behind the batteries here. You'll find it lurking in there. Hooked it up to my Mac and took about a minute and it was ready to go. Before that, it would still work with Fortnite, but you know, when I actually got to the game, it would say input blocked. So make sure that your firmware is updated if you have problems with that, and it should work fine. So this controller is all updated, and if you have a newer model, you probably don't even have to worry about that previous step. All you need to do is look on the back here. You'll see the on-off button, turn it on, and then you'll see the pairing mode, which is right here, and you hit that, and the light should go up to 4, and once that is ready, it is ready to pair. So we'll go into our menu here, and it should show up. There it is, SteelSeries Stratus XL. We hit that, and we wait for it to pair. Shouldn't take that long. And there we go, we are ready to go. So now we are going to jump into the game itself. We'll switch over to landscape mode here. So as you can see, I can perfectly interact with the screen just as I would if I were on a Xbox or a PC. And the really cool thing is that you can actually change the keybinds if you want. You go over here to settings and just scroll over here and look at there. Not only, this is the limited one, which is the default, but if you go through here, you can choose different forms. And look at this, you can even customize which controls you want. You can change the keybinds. I think that's super cool. And you just go in there, X out, and then we're gonna be playing Team Rumble here. So we just jump in. All right, so we jumped into a game. We're playing, this is Team Rumble, and the nice thing is, look at that. I can just easily switch between resource collecting and switching between my weapons. So we're gonna beat up this tree here. So I always thought that Fortnite had excellent mobile controls, but they weren't so great for building and stuff. And so the really cool thing here, look at that, look at that. That's how quickly I can build with the controller. And that was always one of the big problems with Fortnite, with the touch controls, is I always had it, you know, it was easy enough to shoot, but it was really awkward to actually build stuff. And of course, building is such a massive part of Fortnite that it's nice to be able to just do this really easily. I'm gonna give you one caveat here, is a big part of playing with the iPhone was that Epic made it so that you could kind of hear people by feeling if you were on the subway or something. You could play this without sound because you could actually feel vibrations when somebody was near or when somebody was shooting at you. Those vibrations have been disabled when you're using a controller. And it makes sense because you're at a significant advantage now when you use a controller. So I highly enjoy this, and I think you will too. If you were on the fence before about playing an iPhone game with a controller, I'd like to know if this changes your mind any. And if you've had a chance to play it out, I'd like to know how that's going for you. So more on Fortnite, more on iPhone games, stick with us at Macworld.